Chapter 7. Explore the surroundings. 42. Relish the views from the cliffs of Getxo. Getxo is a stunning municipality, just a 20-minute drive from the city center and easily accessible using Line 1 of the metro. The cliffs and beaches provide some of the most spectacular views over the Bay of Biscay. There's plenty to see along the coast, including Aicerota Windmill, Faro La Gallia Lighthouse, an old fortress, and numerous churches. Getxo has 5 beaches: Las Arenas, Eriega, Arrigunaga, Corondazzi Acori, and Baranazzi La Salvaje. Each one has its own charm, and I'd advise taking the time to explore them one by one. A good starting point for the day is to walk along the promenade. On one side, you have sea views, and the other is lined with British and regionalist-style mansions. There are information panels dotted along the promenade to give you a better idea of the history and architecture of the area. The Marina of Getxo is the base for many aquatic activities. You can learn to sail or kick back with a bottle of champagne while somebody does it for you. E-foil is a fun new activity offered in Getxo and is similar to skateboarding above the water. After the excitement of the sports, you can relax at the marina's restaurants, cinema, and shopping complex. The Algorta Old Port is arguably even more breathtaking, with its winding, narrow streets and quaint pincho bars. Take yourself on a tour with the Old Port application, available on Google Play and the Apple Store. The app contains a wealth of information about the buildings, gastronomy, and other points of interest. You'll learn about each of the traditional cottages previously used to house the fishermen. True to the town's seafaring roots, the restaurants of Getxo have some of the freshest, high-quality fish and seafood. Along the coast in the ports and further inland, you have a mix of traditional restaurants, bars, and international cuisine. One restaurant that I always return to, mainly for its mouth-watering risotto and hake with lobster sauce, is Restaurant Tamarices Izarra. There is often live music in the dining room, which looks over the sea. 43. See where Game of Thrones was filmed. The name is a bit of a mouthful, but Gaztalugazzi, meaning Rock Castle, is one of the most visited tourist spots for a reason. Actually, you may recognize it as Dragonstone from Season 7 of Game of Thrones. The castle, however, was computerized. The area has a rich history, serving as a defensive outpost for Biscay lords, and it is also suggested that many thought-to-be witches were kept prisoner in its caves. Located between Baquio and Bermeo, the tiny islet has dreamy views of the coast. To reach the top, there are approximately 241 steps. Take this into consideration if you have mobility issues or if the weather is bad. There is only one building on the islet, which is a delightful little chapel. Ringing the Hermitage bell 3 times is said to bring good luck. Although it is estimated that there has been a religious building present since around the 9th century, battles and fires have meant that it has had to be rebuilt many times. Look out for a footprint when you reach the top of the stairs, which is claimed to have been left by John the Baptist. After climbing and descending so many steps, you can refuel at the high-end restaurant, Ene Peri, or have a picnic while enjoying the landscape. Help to preserve the area by disposing of your rubbish correctly and respecting the wildlife. Free tickets are required on certain days to visit the islet, and, depending on the number of visitors, you may need to book these in advance from the website. Most tourists either rent a car for the 45-minute journey from Bilbao or take a bus from the Termibus station. If you're driving, arrive early to find a free parking space. 44. Sunbathe in San Sebastian. San Sebastian, or Donostia, is a pretty seaside city which is a popular destination for a day trip or short holiday. It's just 1 hour and 20 minutes in the car from Bilbao and is well connected by buses and trains. San Sebastian is smaller than Bilbao, but offers lots to do and see. The main attractions are its idyllic sandy beaches. La Concha is the biggest tourist beach. Ondarreta is a hotspot for swimmers, and Zurriola is a paradise for surfers. San Sebastian even has its own island, Santa Clara. A boat service runs to the island from June to the end of September, or you can try the half-kilometer swim. There are platforms with trampolines and slides halfway. The island was previously used to house plague victims in 1597. Now you can enjoy the tiny beach, lighthouse, and some bars. San Sebastian is renowned for its gastronomy. You'll be spoilt for choice with 7 Michelin star restaurants, classy pincho bars, and authentic cider. After eating, you can wander the streets of the historic quarter and the old fishing port. For couples and families, check out the boulevard near La Concha Beach and Alderdi Eder Gardens. This is known as the romantic area and has an old-fashioned carousel. For more rides, head to the vintage fun fair on the mountain, Monte Igeldo. Another mountain, Monte Ulia, towers above the city. The ascent is fairly gentle and you will be rewarded with spectacular views. You'll also discover parts of the old military fortress and cannons. 45. Wear red in Pamplona. Pamplona in the Navarra region is another esteemed city in northern Spain and is a fantastic idea for a day trip, being just a 2-hour bus journey from Bilbao. Every year in July, tourists flock to the city for the famous week-long festivities of San Fermin. The streets are transformed into a mass of red scarves worn by people of all ages and nationalities. Although the festival may be best known for the bullfighting and the running of the bulls, these are just a small part of the 9-day celebrations. Pamplona is also one of the greenest cities in Spain. Take some time to explore its many parks. In particular, I'd recommend the Taconera Gardens, Jardines de la Taconera, where the ancient bastion has been converted into a parkland of life. Deer, rabbits, peacocks, and swans roam within the walls of the old moat. Another impressive park is Yamaguchi, which mirrors the Japanese city of the same name. There are over 400 trees in the park, including Japanese cherry trees, as well as a lake and a planetarium. Like in Bilbao, you'll find a historic old town and many clues from the past. Pamplona was founded by the Romans and formerly named Pompeii. Today, it's a mix of classic architecture and modern buildings, including the University Clinic of Navarra, which is among the best hospitals in the country. You'll also have the opportunity to taste luscious cuisine, countless pinchos, and the strong but yummy Roncal cheese. Discover Pamplona's unique allure for yourself and realize why even Ernest Hemingway was completely infatuated with the city.